Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Frozen Synapse 2, where we are, I forget, there was a weekend, I did a lot of stuff. The new Jackbox is real good. I don't remember where we are, but I do remember that it's pretty much always the case in this game that I can just hit fast forward, and the game will catch me up. Stuff's gonna happen. Here we go. Block was gonna tell us what's happening. I don't have much memory of my previous iteration. I know I fought in the Rise and managed to stick it out through the Realization. I have a lot of experience connecting shaped tactical systems and shuffling Vadforms around. But beyond that, it's all hazy mush. I formed some connections. There was someone that I cared about in some form, but seems pretty daft to me now. Every time I self-iterate, they get more distant. That's kinda depressing. He's like, in some ways, Belloc was a little bit like Janet from The Good Place, except more depressing. Oh, hey, Brianna Bartleby is intercepting Gun Trinity carrying that relic. Obviously, we will not be giving them the relic. Can't cope with your obtuse intransigence today. Yeah, I hear that a lot. Man, if I had a nickel. So, the good news is that Gun Trinity is 100% together. We didn't lose anybody while taking the relic, so we're pretty well suited to defend ourselves here. Maybe we should just roll up on Guest HQ and deal with them once and for all. What I'd really like to do is just get a treaty established. Okay, we're in our own territory, so there's some local militia who will fight for us, but also we can just leave, remember. Our goal here is just to not lose the relic. Is there an exit grid? Oh, there's no exit grid on this side of the map, though. We'd have to walk all the way over there. Gee, how will I ever survive? All of our units are kind of spread out all over the place, as usual. And there is only one exit grid from this map, so... I mean, we just go, like, there's nothing to do here. We just leave, right? I'm gonna shoot a thing right there, and then we're gonna do this, and you're gonna do this. Like, they have snipers. We might have some people get splatted. Some of us can just crouch out, though. Like, these two could both duck the whole way out, and I think they'd be fine. Kind of curious, though. Hold on, let's have everybody head for the exits. The gas grenade's not even really doing anything. So yeah, if we have these guys duck, because they're already behind decent cover. Snipers from this position don't have great angles on us. Like, a gas grenade over here is going to be way more meaningful. But I'm going to have this guy wait a little bit, probably. Yeah, he needs to wait like a second before he starts moving. It takes snipers a long enough time to draw a bead that might be all it takes. And then we probably want him not to run directly toward the thing. I want to keep him at an angle where he's going to be covered by the grenade. And actually, I kind of want to shoot the grenade a little bit further here, so maybe we wait a little bit longer before firing. We're probably going to have this guy wait. Just increase that wait command very slightly. And I select somebody else. That's not be selecting their units. I can select this guy so that I can drag this wait command out like half a second longer. And alright, let's say this dude turns around. We're in some danger over here as well. And it looks like it's actually going to be kind of tricky for us to find cover here. It's got a pretty good angle on us, but the good news is that our allied units may do some work here. I'm wondering though, is the smart play to have the rocket launcher sacrifice himself by running forward? I think I'm going to do this. We'll take a hit here in order to ensure that we get the relic home. Although I don't even actually care about this. Like, it's fun to play the missions. But in like a broad storyline sense, I don't care about this relic, right? Because Guest, I believe, doesn't have any relics. I don't have to worry about them getting to 7. And this relic means nothing to me in terms of like money or mechanics or anything. I'm trying to figure out, do I want this unit to just like chill back here for a turn or two maybe? If I crouch, like as I approach here, I think it'll give us cover from this sniper, but this guy still has a pretty clean shot on us, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So we might actually have to have you wait for a second behind this big tank or whatever this is. I will say, I don't really understand the procedural generation of just like a whole bunch of garbage in the street all the time. How do people drive in this city? What is this? Is this a dumpster? It's just out in the, like it's blocking this lane of this road entirely? I mean, I don't live that far from Detroit, and let me tell you something. There is always some kind of garbage placed in the street in Detroit. There's constant construction. The lanes of traffic are closed all the time in downtown. So I guess this isn't that different. But like, what is this? This is rubble? And just like... Who put this here? Where is this from? Is this a piece of a building that fell into the road? It's never been quite that bad. I think we're going to have the relic unit just crouch behind a thing here. But like, for the most part, these guys don't have any ability to affect combat positively. We're not going to close on them with the shotgun. So I think most of our units are just trying to leave. Let's prime for a single turn here, figure out what's up with the snipers, and then we'll see if we need to have the scoped rifle do anything special. I'm hoping that these units will... Nope, they're not, in fact, going to run forward or do anything meaningful. Okay, we might lose some other people. This might not be the only one who goes down. So, like... No, we're not going to be able to shoot another smoke grenade anytime soon. Alright, yeah, just head for the exits. So if you, at this point... I'm assuming I'm not allowed to thread between... here. Let's delete all the other nodes. Why it drew another one. Just kind of curious if you get stuck. Yeah, you get stuck. Alright, well, that's unfortunate. But we are going to have to go a long way around. If I try to do that right now, that unit's not really in position to see me at the moment. Oh, I might get pasted by this random dude. Well... that's not going to get close enough. I'm kind of hoping that by just like running forward I can provide some distraction here. And we have no way of knowing what this guy's actually going to do. And again, in like an extremely real sense, this does not matter at all. But I do want to at least fire this rocket in such a position that it will kill somebody if it goes off. Not quite there. First of all, I need to be further forward, and secondly, I kind of want to shoot it more like this, so if these guys are moving up around this side of the car, I can maybe get them. I'm not sure that I'll survive to actually make it over here. Alright, let's try that. We gotta fire it just a little bit earlier. But like, yeah, the outcome of this mission is not super relevant. Also, I'm annoyed that Brianna Bartleby lowered her funding, like attacked me and then lowered her funding when I defended myself. A little silly. Be a distraction? Okay. Oh, I left it on long turns. Oops. That was supposed to be a short turn. Okay, everybody exit mission. I have the smoke unit selected now. You should exit mission. You should exit mission. Okay, are we good? We're good. Rocket launcher unit's dead. Okay, everybody's getting out.
System primed. System primed.
I think part of the problem with the long turn thing is that it gives you that dialogue box whether long turns are enabled or not.
You have failed.
I mean, you say I've failed, but I have the relic and they don't, so... We lost pistol guy and rocket launcher guy. Okay. They might follow us home and try to attack us again. They didn't actually do it last time. Last time they went back to the base but then didn't actually attack me. I mean, I could just, like... I'm kind of curious about something. I'm going to give them $100,000. Because the money is basically meaningless to us now. But if I could get a treaty going with these guys, and we never had to think about them again, I would actually be okay with that. Hey, hi! You see that giant investment? Yes, a fruitful journey. A journey with fruit. Who doesn't love fruit? And treaties. Fruit and treaties. I clicked off a treaty? Okay, cool. Believe our time is up. You know, I was just thinking the same thing. Alright, so now we have treaties with all of the major factions that are still around, and probably we're going to make back that $100,000 over time, because they're going to be paying us some pretty large dividends at this point, I think. Also, Brightling University gave us 27 bucks. What's it like to be rich, you're asking? I'll tell you, it's pretty okay. Alright, so we got a normal Sonata encouragement, the lawns at 0 yam. Apparently the city grid was laid out by programmers, the addresses start at 0. Gun Trinity could go and do it, but we could also send somebody else. Or the thing we could do is we could just shuffle, we could make a new squad, a holding squad, shuffle the 2 injured members of Gun Trinity off to that squad, and then buy 2 new people, and then, you know, eventually redistribute guys. That's probably the best way to do this. So let's make a new squad. Need a new squad. And their name is... the Holding Tank. Actually, probably we're going to hit the character limit here. Nope, we are not. Okay, cool. They are at the Fixer-Upper. And they are here to take our wounded units and hold them. A big tank. Listen, you guys are important. You are not lost. But... real quick, let's flip through here and see if we have access to any new kinds of units. Or any new, any new, like, improved units. It looks like no. Alright, well, I do want to get another rocket launcher on the team. So let's sign you. And then... this squad lost a pistol unit. Which is to say that we could replace that with, like, actually anything. There's a part of me that wants to take a knife, just because I find the knife units really fun to use. You know what? Improved range grenade launcher. That sounds really good. Okay, and now we send our improved strength gun Trinity over here. And we'll redistribute these units. Like, the morgue is going to come and take 2 of the units from the group of 8 that's hanging out here after the regen happens. Also, I suppose we should hit the contracts, right? It's been a while since we looked at our services, but... local militia security payments and payment protection insurance. What does this actually do? Oh, if we go negative, they'll cover us? I'm not sure this is worth paying for. So yeah, I guess probably what happens here is if you're negative for too long, it probably, like, you start having to fire VAT forms or something. Because you don't have salary. But we're nowhere near that happening. And this is local militia units will fight. This assists in reducing their activity. Okay, so this'll reduce enemy local militia. I don't really think that's an issue. That's not worth paying for. Okay, let's go and actually do the incursion. And we'll get to the next story mission soon enough, I'm sure. Alright. What do we have here? We're at the lawns, so I'm not expecting to see a ton of structures, but I'm not sure how that's going to play out for us. We have a rocket launcher. Yep, not a ton of structures. They're trying to extract that yellow pistol unit, we just need to kill it. Okay, easy enough. Well, I say easy enough. They're actually quite close to the exits here. Where am I allowed to deploy? They have units watching a lot of angles. Like, we could deploy over here behind this van, though. Is this the only exit? There is one over here, so we don't want to commit... okay, we don't want to commit everybody to right here, but we can make it awfully tricky for them to get out this side. So... where do I want rocket launcher? Because the rocket launcher has infinite range, right? I can have my scoped rifle just crouch over here and make it really difficult for this guy to approach. The sniper's still a problem for sure, though. Is there a place over here where I'm hidden from everybody? There is. If I were to place this guy down and go for this, their sniper aims for me. I think this range is better for me than it is for him. No, it is not. It takes me like a million years to fire. Okay, so maybe the play is just hide behind the van. Like right here, I can see all the way across. This is a little not ideal because their sniper can get to me. Hard to know exactly what's going to happen here. But like, what if I'm watching for that type of move? Let's give one of these guys a real long move order. I'm just trying to like extend the long turn. Because I want to know if this guy moves into a position to shoot me, but I'm watching, which one of us wins? It's me, but not by a lot. I'll take me, but not by a lot. Turn off long turns before I forget to do the thing. Delete this guy's move orders. Okay. So who else do we want to post up over here? I kind of want to have this guy run out and like just fire at... Trying to predict where the pistol's going to be. I assume that I'm going to miss this by about 20 years. Honestly, that doesn't miss by that much. Alright, I'm going to do that. I'm going to have him fire that shot and then duck back behind cover. Then we want to keep, like I said, somebody over here in case he tries to make that move. I'm going to have it be the Grenadier and maybe also the Shotgunner. Like there should be somebody over here who has reactive fire. I think he's going to make the move up this way. And maybe keep the Minigunner over here as well. And then Smoke Grenade guy can join us on this side. Because we know how well smoke grenades and rockets have worked together in the past. But I think a lot of what we're doing here is waiting for this guy to pick a direction. And then we can hunt from there. Yeah, I'm cool with this. And again, like I'm not going to agonize on this one because this mission doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But it's still fun to play the game. Like I still like the missions. I suppose I could have played out that guest attacking our relic squad mission a little bit more, but like the objective of that mission was to get home with the relic, and I did, right? Oh, we didn't quite get the sniper. I feel like he knew what was happening there. Let me try this one, and then we're gonna probably lay off of the rockets. So, I mean, I do have to actually kill the pistol unit to win here. I can't wait forever. But also, there's very little incentive for me to approach at the moment. We have the smoke grenade over here. We have a plan in case they make us come to them, but I don't think that it's a big deal. Oh, that is not going to be lethal. I killed that guy. I'd say it's pretty obvious, though, that they do see the rocket stuff ahead of time. Because that guy sure knew not to approach when the rocket would have killed him, and he knew to approach when he would exactly escape the area of the rocket. Not being particularly subtle about it. So... he's gonna have a hard time getting anywhere here. Like, these guys, it's not right for these guys to do anything other than wait, I don't think. I suppose we could try to... yeah, we could try to close. How safe is it? I don't want to get sniped. But, yeah, it's fine to approach right now. I was kind of thinking we just, like, wait back here at the bottleneck. But I suppose we can come up a little bit. And this turn, I'm just waiting. That Pistolier needs to be in a position where I'm a little bit more confident of getting him with the rocket in order for me to use my third rocket. And there's not really a move for me other than wait. Them closing up on me like this is more good for me than it is for them. Hey, if I crouch my rocket launcher unit, I can have the rocket explode on low cover, right? Yes. So that kind of works right now. But I'm thinking like this guy maybe Also, I can do this from a position where I'm a little less vulnerable. As this guy continues forward... That's lethal. And there's definitely a version of this where I just, like, lose because I destroyed my cover, and since we think he can see into the future a little bit. Maybe what I want to do now is get behind something. Interestingly, I no longer kill the pistol unit. Wait, what? What did kill me? It looks like the rifle gets me before a sniper does. This does make this guy kind of useless. I wonder though, like maybe what I should do is step out here and fire a smoke grenade in such a way as to clip the sightline for this guy down a little bit. And actually, I have to step forward to get that far enough. But I'm not in charge here in terms of range, so like maybe I should just try to get them to come forward. I didn't have them back off afterward. Run back to cover. And actually, I'm having this guy crouch here. He should probably... Here is where he should duck. And then he ducks before he fires, and then he stands to move back to cover, right? Did we get this shot off slightly earlier? No, it looks like I was... It looks like I am held back by the refire time anyway, so it actually doesn't matter. You guys are still approaching, and maybe will be meaningful. Same thing could be said over here. Okay, yeah, it's still 5 seconds of movement for everybody. Alright, let's see what happens. There's a bunch of versions this turn where the pistol unit dies. If he's moving forward, he dies. He could go left, though, and survive. And if he does, then, yeah, I feel fairly confident that that's a not quite predict, but rather, like, he saw the future type move. Obviously, he's just running for the exit at this point. Okay, you have to shoot him a little faster than that. Okay. Well, we're about to find out right here whether they're seeing what I'm up to or not. And like, yeah, I figured these guys were going to be pretty much irrelevant. I also figured that we were just going to get this, so a bit of overconfidence on my part. But like, you have to split the forces reasonably, right? So that if they do decide to run down this hallway, I don't just lose. Because there was an exit in the other direction. And you don't really, like... I don't know, man. Shoot the thing out here so that snipers don't have a super clean line of sight to my other approaching units, I guess? Guy doesn't really have a lot of stuff of value that he can do. So once we sent Gun Trinity back to base, I think we're going to swap them back to the original lineup. I really like the combination of the smoke grenade unit and the short-range rocket launcher.
You are victorious.
Okay, I am victorious. And then we'll have like the morgue come over and pick up the rocket launcher and the long-range grenade launcher. I don't need to answer that call. Kemi, I'm very busy. I understand what you're about to say. Listen, we're buds. I clicked the wrong building. This building. Go to here. Okay, so, like I said, we're going to transfer new rocket launcher and awesome grenade unit over to here. Get back my pistol unit, who I love very much, and my weird rocket launcher, who honestly is pretty cool. And then we're going to redirect the morgue team over to here to pick up the new guys. I do love the faster regen tanks. That's a contract I definitely should have picked up earlier. Alright, so squad, holding tank guys into the morgue. I mean, sort of appropriate. And then we will send the morgue back to here. It does seem like stuff mostly happens around the edges of the city, right? Like, we're not getting a lot of stuff where people from this building are the appropriate responders. Alright, now we're just waiting for the next thing. Oh my god, did Sonata take a nap? It's been like hours since anything terrible has happened in the city. Okay, here we go. Story mission. There's some Sonata activity going down at this logistics hub. I won't bore you with the details, mostly because you wouldn't understand them, but I've identified a trace from Sherith. Okay. So yeah, it seems to me like that mission where we lost Sherith must have been intentionally unwinnable. Like they were just going to overwhelm us with infinite guys or something, because it seems like this is where the story had to go. Alright, let's get a squad over there to investigate. It might also be that even if we'd killed all of the Sonata units, Sherith would have just been gone because Sherith ran into that area that I wasn't allowed to look in. So maybe that's how they would have handled it. Even if we win, Sherith still goes missing. Oh, wait, look at this. We get some intel. That's a lot of units. So do we want to have the Sartorialists or Strike Fear 2 step in here? Minigun, grenade unit. I do like this team. And this team has 2 grenades as well. And also just a ton of rifles. You know what? I like ton of rifles for this, because we didn't see any snipers, so the scope rifles are actually... We're going to have the range advantage. Let's do that. Close this dialog box. I've already handled it. Alright. Let us have at them. One thing I like about this team a lot is the versatility. It is a little bit of a shame that we don't have a minigun. I do think miniguns are great. We can maybe trade out the normal rifle for a minigun. Or that normal rifle, start a new team or something. This looks deeply suspicious. Sherith's trace is coming from the truck. Alright, get a unit into the zone and investigate. Enemy is unaware of our presence currently, but we're also unaware of the enemy. This does feel like a trap. Feels the most like a trap that anything has ever felt. But we're going to run right into it, because what else am I going to do? Suddenly start having good ideas? Feels a little out of character, don't you think? Okay, so, thing is... Boy, the sightlines are really weird and abbreviated here. And we know roughly the number of enemies... Sorry, do I have bad satellite coverage? No, I have full battlefield information. There's nothing else happening. Well... Part of me really wants to lay down a cloud of deadly gas at the entrance to the truck before we step into the thing. Wait, is this a truck? Yeah, okay, that's what this shape is. It's the cab of a semi-truck. Okay. But also, if Sherith is in there, and we gas the entrance to the truck, that's maybe not great. Listen, I have a lot of confidence that this is a trap. So let's have our shotgunner come to, like, right here. Let's kind of aim broadly at everything that comes out of the truck. They may have people jump out of the cab, I suppose. Have you, like, come down here and aim kind of generally this way, and that way we'll see if that happens. You can do the same thing, but on the other side. The normal rifle unit is going to take up a position that's a little safer here, but also where I could, like, flank, maybe. And then we'll have, since we have, you know, all the setup time we want, it looks like, I'm gonna have this unit come to right here, and we'll crouch and get ready, and we'll do the same thing with the other grenade unit, just have it come to a setup position. Let's make sure we don't run through the zone here. Come to a setup position and crouch and get ready. Long turn the approach. I'm sure things are going to kick off once we actually step in the zone. So let's all get in the positions we want to be in. Alright. Now I could have these two move forward to the cover, but I'm a little worried that then these posts might block line of sight from, honestly, even units coming out of the close corner of the truck. I think this is how I want to do this. I'm going to have one of the grenade units be the one to trigger things, because I want everybody else to have stillness. the grenade units don't really need it. I think it's going to be normal grenade unit guy, I guess. Going to run up here, and then run back to cover and crouch as quickly as possible. And you are going to time a grenade to the opening of the truck. Okay, I'm going to give this guy a very brief wait command. I want that gas grenade to go off right as the zone becomes active. He needs a little bit more weight. Okay, perfect. All right, let's see if anything really screwed up occurs.
System primed.
It strikes me that I probably should have the normal rifle where one of the scoped rifles is, and, you know, swap the normal rifle with one of the scopes. Just that if we lose these two to ambush, the versatile unit we have left is a scope rather than a normal one, but whatever. Oh, a bunch of guys are going to teleport, just like suddenly exist for no reason. That's not something I was expecting, if I'm being honest with you. They just happened. Yeah, in positions we could see, like, man, alright, well, that really sucks. You need to duck and get to here quickly. You need to move around this side. Yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be a trap. I did not know it was going to be this sort of trap, which is to say a trap that doesn't make sense. A trap of infinite nonsense. What do I want to do with the scope rifles? How do we best make use of them? I'm wondering about, like, just trying to take out these guys, break line of sight from the normal rifles, and make them have to re-engage us later at our preferred range. Yeah, that's reasonable. This really sucked. This was a crappy thing to do. And now we have some new interaction zones available, but I don't know what they are, and nobody's telling me anything. So maybe we'll go for them, but I want to stabilize our situation a little bit first. I think these guys are just going to run around the outside corners, and that's fine with me. Scoped rifles beat normal rifles in most situations, so if they want to disengage and then re-engage later, I think that's to my benefit. I'm going to have you back up just a little bit after you fire your grenade. Alright, see what happens. Crappy way to lose a rifle unit that an enemy just appears out of nowhere. I'm assuming... No, I don't have any idea how we were supposed to do this such that it wouldn't be the case that enemies literally appeared right in front of us. I don't know. This just seems bad. Well, that's a kill shot in the air already. Lost our shotgunner to an angle that doesn't really make a lot of sense. They have a shotgunner over there, but now that they've taken cover, I want to re-establish clean lines of sight around this thing. That guy's like super trapped. He's really dead. I'm gonna try to shoot over to here, see if we can catch him trying to move in, but like he's real dead. He's the bad kind of dead. The kind you can't quite figure out a way out of. You're probably not useful. I guess, oh, this guy's not actually dead. We don't know where that guy is. The problem is, I think this isn't going to go off in time to stop him. Well, maybe it will. Okay, yeah, let's try that. See what that looks like. I mean, what is a possible explanation for what they were trying to convey is happening here? Is there teleportation? I don't think there's teleportation. We have a lot of cars, so it suggests that there's not teleportation in this universe. I don't know. I don't know what that was supposed to be. Okay, so that guy's backing off. That's a play. Huh. Interesting that this guy just fired a bunch of bullets at nobody instead of killing the enemy that obviously needs to be killed. Was he shooting at that shotgunner way over there? I guess, yeah, alright, there's a line of sight there. So Killshot's already in the air, this guy's dead due to having been distracted, and this guy somehow made it out despite the fact that he should have been visible to a large number of our units. So I guess all we can really do here is have this guy get away from that area. Remember when we had full satellite coverage? Yeah, it doesn't contradict that anywhere else either. Like, I'm supposed to just be able to see everybody all the time. So you can move to here and then, like... not going to be able to kill the rifle, but maybe he'll move forward a little bit. Worth a try. I don't really know what else to do here. We should creep this guy forward and try to come around this side with the, you know, continued area denial. Wow, I don't actually want to fire, though. So this side we're all clear on. Now we've seen, what, half of the rifle units that we were told would be present? So I'm assuming what's happening here is that when we step on another one of these zones, a bunch more units are going to suddenly exist where no units existed previously, and that's going to include the other half of the guys? Oh, no, the other half of the guys showed up outside. Okay. Okay. Still we were not told what these zones are. Probably should be, but I guess I'll go step on one once we get control of the interior here.
System primed.
I suppose I could have told this rifle unit, the southern rifle unit, to focus on zone or something. There's probably some way to get him not to shoot at a unit that we don't benefit from him shooting at all.
Unit down.
Okay, maybe we got a kill, maybe we didn't. Hard to know. We do have full satellite coverage, so we should know, but we don't. Here's a frustrating thing. It's not showing me the last seen X seconds ago thing, so I have no idea where these guys are. Are they close enough that it makes sense for me to fire area denial grenades? Maybe. Really no way to know. Could be literally anywhere. And we only have one reactive fire unit now. So the fact that we have two enemy units that we can't, that we don't know the locations of is pretty bad. You get over here in a single turn? Alright, there's only so many places that guy could have gone, right? It is not safe for me to be over here. I need to get closer to the unit who can protect me.
System primed.
And let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm not super, obviously, probably you can tell from the way I'm talking, not super happy with this mission with the randomly appearing magic guys. Not even necessarily a thing that like just isn't allowed to exist, but it's a thing that's tough for me to deal with because I didn't know it could happen. So like I feel like my rifleman's death was a little cheap here. Like the rules just kind of changed on me. So we splatted one of their real rifle units. They still have one real rifle unit that we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen his new position. But it looks to me like we have a pretty big advantage here. They just have two shotguns in. I'm going to stay where I am, where I have cover from a lot of these guys over here. And like, boy, I don't know. Their new rifle, their other rifle unit could show up from actually anywhere. Like, I just don't have any information. I can't make decisions. We're just going to wait and hope.
System primed.
This guy's somewhere, but who knows? He could be on the moon by now. And like maybe one of these zones would regain me camera control, but I don't know that, so. Okay, scope rifle units are very good, is what I'm learning. And then, like, this guy could be actually anywhere. I guess what I'm going to do is have this guy, like, creep around toward this. Maybe it's something reasonable. Try to guard this guy's flank a little bit. Like, honestly, at this point, what am I even trying to do? I'm assuming that I will win the mission if I kill all these guys, but also maybe I will win the mission if I get to a zone or something. I'm not really sure what to do with this guy because I don't know what my objective is. I'm gonna back him up a bit, I guess. Like, again, I don't have any idea where the enemies are here, so this guy could still be in this area. That's kind of why I'm firing that grenade there. So I'm thinking if he is, then I probably want to be a little bit further away. Maybe I just don't even re-aim. I'm trying to think, like, I want to be further away from this corner so that he doesn't just come around and shotgun me. I want to take advantage of the fact that I am by a huge margin the longest range unit that is still alive, because we killed the other rifleman this turn. So the only thing they have is 3 shotgunners and an SMG. Yeah, so I just want to get out into a position where they have to approach me from far away as possible, and just rely on the fact that scope rifle units are very good to defend me. And meanwhile, grenade guy will go to one of these zones, and maybe it'll reestablish camera control, or maybe something cool will happen. I don't know what they're for. We should probably try to find out.
Hostile neutralized.
I saw him over here for a second. So yeah, I think I just want to keep this going.
System primed.
Feel pretty confident that grenade is not going to kill him. He'd have to run very quickly. Although apparently they can teleport, so maybe he'll teleport into the grenade. You know, just like cut me a break here, man. Come on, just run into the grenade. You know you want to. Okay.
Hostile neutralized.
Alright. So now, as far as we know, they have an SMG unit somewhere, and also this shotgunner, who we know the approximate position of. And I stepped in the zone and nothing happened, so that's fun. Let's try to guess where I think the shotgunner will be. I'm gonna guess that this is fairly likely to kill him. We saw him pretty recently, so he's near here. My concern is, what if he just runs forward and tries to shoot my grenade launcher? It looks like he will be successful. That's tough to deal with. And I mean, I want to make progress toward these zones, because clearly they do something. What if I do something a little bit more like this? I want this to be as far up as possible. Looks pretty bad. You know what? That might kill him, actually. Alright, that's the plan for right now. Actually, I suppose we could just walk this guy down this way, but my concern there is if he manages to, like, slip in between the rows before I get down here, then him coming around this corner is actually really good for him. I think I'm going to stay right where I am. Like, this SMG unit could still come around from here. I want to be as far from all of the cover as possible. Take advantage of my my unique set of skills, which is shooting people who are not near me. We'll keep having the grenade launcher try to step over to the zones, but I have to do it carefully. Come on. It's amazing how long this is taking to figure out their turns. It suggests to me that there might be more going on. Because it does seem like the game loads turns pretty quickly when... maybe it might just be the size of the map that's doing it too. So I need to wait. Obviously I want to, like, move forward, but if I move forward at this speed right now, I'm going to blow myself up with a grenade. I need to wait, like... What do you think? A second and a half, maybe? Yeah, good enough.
System primed.
Alright, let's find out. I'm pretty sure that I don't want to fire a grenade this turn. I could have had him queue up a grenade order and it would have fired right before the end of the turn, I think. But obviously, it's better to fire... it's better not to have the grenade in the air already. when the turn ends, because it gives the enemy more chance to respond to it.
Neutralized.
Okay, splatted that dude because SMG units are bad. I'm not even sure how beneficial it is for me to move forward here. Now that we know that this guy's the last enemy we can see on the map, we can angle this way and like move to a position that's even further from this cover, so he's even less of a danger to me. And this doesn't have me walking close enough to get blown up. No, okay, we're cool.
Primed.
Alright, let's see what happens. It looks like there's pretty good odds that I'm just gonna shoot this guy right in his face immediately. Again, it's not entirely clear if there's something weird happening here, but again, we're seeing a position where a focus diamond plus starting to move results in an instant shot. Looks like he's gonna get away, and I'm probably gonna walk into range. Yeah, I'm in range. Okay, so if I... So you've been crouching this whole time. You don't really need to be. If I do this, do I die? Yeah, I'm dead. Okay. That's fine. He can't beat the scope rifle, so we are in good shape here. I mean, like, try to get away, obviously, but... So a danger here is that when I lose this unit, I am going to lose sight of it. I'm wondering if I can make it down here in time to avoid him. No, probably not. My great concern with moving close to him is that he then gets to take up a position where it's possible for him to get close enough to me. Like, the big danger here is that. So I could... And we don't have any idea what his vision rules are, right? It's possible that he can't see me unless his units actually have line of sight. And if that's the case, then it's not a big deal for me to lose sight of him, because in most situations, we see each other from a range that is beneficial to me. But it's just not possible to know what the rules are here. It's a big problem that this game has, is that in most situations it is not possible to know what the rules are. If he does something else, like if he decides he wants to back up, no, he still gets me. Yeah, I'm just dead. Can I quickly fire before he gets me? Nope. Well, I mean, try to run away. I don't think there's any version of this that works, but if anything can save me, it'll be get out of range. And it's not safe for me to try and move to an angle where I can see him behind the cover. I think I just stand here. Honestly, maybe I try to move like over like this. There's a bunch of versions of him running this way that, like, I guess this is dangerous because it gives him the ability to move up. Yeah, all right. But if we got further away from him?
System primed.
I don't know. He has to come to me, or we're gonna lose sight of him. And if we lose sight of him, maybe he also loses sight of us. And if he also loses sight of us, then we get to do some careful maneuvering. I guess we're doing careful maneuvering either way. But if he can see me and I can't see him, obviously that is pretty advantageous to him.
Unit down. Hostile neutralized.
Okay.
Victorious.
Well, that's the last of them. We'll send in the extraction force shortly and recover Sheriff, who we've decided is actually here now. I guess the assumption is that they actually are in the truck and we'll come and get them, but like, it's weird to assume that Sonata definitely couldn't have spoofed that signal somehow. But okay, I guess I win. Alright, I'm fine, although I don't know what would have happened if they'd managed to transport me. Sonata still has several hostages who were there with me, or who were with me. I believe it's going to use them as bargaining tools. I'll see if I can get Balakwa to track them. Oh yeah, nothing I love more than watching what humans are doing. It's always so fascinating and significant. Do it. I'll see if Diamond Brothers can give us any further support. Listen, I'm pretty sure Balakwa was going to do it anyway. We don't have to yell. He likes to say pithy things, but he also actually does the job. And yeah, I know Graham R1 is just going to be like, hey, you did a good job. And you know what? You're right, but I also already know that. Now, let's get one more mission up here before the end of the episode. So I think we're moving forward on the story. I'm honestly not sure. Like, we lost Sherith and then we got Sherith back, and that didn't unlock any interesting information about Sonata. Like, we still don't actually know any more about what's happening than we did at the beginning of the game, right? We've heard a lot of people's interpretations of Sonata's plans, and like the Forgiven Geometry AI is like, oh, she wants to help, but like, what does that mean? How does she think she can help? You know? Here, maybe this will be something. Much of what Virgil said about Sonata is true. She believes that uniting the city and the shape is her ultimate goal. She needs to go through several processes to achieve this, though. One is a form of self-reconfiguration. Another is what she's termed atonement. Finally, there's still a component which she believes she's missing. I'm not clear on what that is yet. Okay, this is like the beginning of some kind of movement. She's intimately connected with the city and the population. Everyone she kills or converts has a story that feeds into her. She's accumulating narrative? Man, maybe she could share some. Okay, this is just a normal incursion. We don't know anything more at this time. We think other factions may be able to get to it before us. I mean, alright, let's send Gun Trinity over. They're ready. And they're honestly not that far from it. Probably the big problem here is that Forgiven Geometry has a base right next to it and also has a squad actually there already. Also, I am a little annoyed that everybody else gets to just have bigger squads than we do. I'm assuming that this strike team is going to move in and take it. And that's why we're being told that... Oh, no, it seems like they don't actually care. Or they're headed over there, but they took a while to start, so we got in ahead of them. And then they're going to try to take the relic or something. I think we have a treaty with them, actually. They probably won't try to take the relic from us. I think we have a treaty. I'm pretty sure. Right, Breitling University and Forgiven Geometry was our initial power block. Sonata is attempting to access this area. Don't let him do it. Okay. You got it. They have a grenade launcher and a rocket launcher. And a scoped rifle and a sniper and 3 normal rifles. This is a very strong team. Right, we need our minigun unit to just keep that door hosed down with bullets forever. Here's a question. What recourse do they have here? What if they just get out to a position where they can shoot into this room and immediately shoot at the wall of this room? Okay, that looks pretty good for me. We need to... Wrong unit selected. We need to take this shot the very instant it is possible to take it. Like the second we can fill the doorway with bullets. That's pretty good. And the edge of the area was right at the end there. So I think that's probably the thing we're looking for. Alright, the Prince of Pistols is doing nobody any good over here. We need him to get, like, over to here and guard this door. Shotgunner also needs to get over here, but it's going to take him a little longer. Like, this is the other option, right? They could send some people through here. So we need our rocket launcher unit to circle around this way. Actually, you know what? Shotgunner should also come through this side, I think. So that leaves orders for everybody. Okay. That's at least one turn that I'm fairly confident about. And once we have the minigun coverage of the door, we can move the scope rifle around to another angle or something. Okay, pretty cool. Obviously, this isn't the safest angle. Somebody could stand outside of range and shoot in at me. What I really want to do is that. That angle's a lot safer. But it looks to me like we have enough coverage of the area. Like if one of them tried to get through here, I assume this doesn't actually work. Yeah, okay. We get to covering the doorway before any of their units can actually get through, I think. This guy's a little closer. No. Okay, cool. That is just covered forever now. Yeah, minigun guy does good work. You know what? Actually, this is not perfectly safe, though. Because a unit could crouch before entering the doorway. Well, if they do that, we'll deal with it. Let's have this guy come out and... right here, maybe? Not really sure what my plan is. Once the rocket launcher is in a better position, we can start attempting some shenanigans. For right now, holding the doorways is probably the only real play. Prince has his thing under control. I don't know what we want to do with the smoke grenade unit, but seems like getting out to here is a good idea. Okay, and we do not get killed by the minigunner while trying to walk past the cone.
System primed.
Yeah, if somebody crouches in through that doorway, we could still prevent them from being able to get around the edge of the table by just angling the cone correctly, so I'm not too worried about it. It looks like we've got this guy.
Neutralized.
Check the air for another 30 seconds. Easy. So what I'm thinking is skip that. This guy comes in here and just fires a pretty good rocket shot, airburst rocket shot through the doorway. Looks like I probably want to get a little closer. But I also want to make sure that I'm not taking so long to fire that they can set up and catch me. What if somebody tried this? Okay, I feel pretty alright about that. He does that thing, and then he runs back to a more covered angle. It's going to be hard for them to cross here. We've got that under control. And I'm going to just do this again, but if all of these guys move this way, I think we may have the minigunner flank around and trap them in there. Might get our rocket launcher killed here, but probably not, I think. I really, really don't have any idea what to do with you. This looks pretty bad for them, though, I think. They've sacrificed a lot of units quickly. Losing both the rocket launcher and the grenade launcher hurt them a lot, because now I have area denial abilities that they do not have. I should pull one of them off there, and now the scoped rifle is the longest ranged unit available. Not sure what I want to do here. I do think that sending a flank around with this guy is probably good. How far does he actually get to move in a single turn? Because we do have to be worried about them turning around and backing up. But I think that's a safe amount of movement. I'd really love it if my smoke grenade unit was over here. I should have just sent the smoke grenade with the rocket launcher, because I had to have known that was going to be how that worked, right? Obviously, that's where I would want the smoke grenade to be. But I suppose... Hey, we're pretty safe. They're not actually going to be able to just, like, run across here easily. Never mind. Scoped rifle guy does take a minute to fire sometimes. Why don't we run you outside? Okay, I mean, this is still the only doorway out over here. It's not like they have a lot of options. And then we can try to shoot some rockets in through that doorway. Alright, I feel fairly confident that they're trapped. Except that they can go back outside. But if they go back outside, I think we can minigun them. What are all the civilians doing? Don't run in here. This is where explosions live. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that we can't actually hit the back wall here. I'm going to expose myself as little as possible while firing. Right, like those guys are deep enough that I think... Well, apparently I don't get to test. Those guys are deep enough in there that I don't think we get to really do anything. I'm going to aim at this guy and move... Wow, that is not at all where I clicked. Down here a little bit. Apparently I have to move down a little bit further to actually be able to see him. Yeah, so I guess you didn't really do anything. I'm just going to wait, because range is tricky. This is also tricky. What I really need to do is get over behind this car, I think. I don't know, maybe I don't want to move away. I think I'm safe where I am. We could just fire a gas grenade into the mouth of the room and then use that to advance this guy, but I risk losing containment when I do it, so I'd like for the minigunner to be in position first. Also, they do have to come to us in order to win. Right? Like, they have 30 seconds to get someone into the zone or we win the mission, and I just don't think they're going to be able to do it. Get to cover. Okay. Now we get to try to guess what this guy's plan is. I'm pretty sure this dude cannot kill me. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to fire that in such a way that it doesn't actually destroy the wall. That's pretty ideal. That might be good enough. There's a pretty good chance that guy's just going to run into that. And then, yeah, you have this under control. Yeah. Okay. Seems like a pretty good turn. Any mission where I get to play defense is going to be really tough for them. Okay, 2 dead. You protect the area for another 10 seconds. I mean, like, this guy has nothing. If I step around here, ideally what I need to do is get the end of the fire cone to here before shooting, but also, the moment I come around the corner, I'm exposing myself, right? So, really, what this guy needs to do is be over here. Well, it's fine. He just doesn't contribute any more to the mission. That's okay. He might get killed. Right, this guy could do something like this and get over here in time to kill me. Well, only maybe get here in time to kill me. And in any case, it doesn't threaten the mission, so... If he runs out there, I'm pretty sure it's impossible for him to get to the zone from there in time. Even if we just laid down arms and let him go. Yep, he's just going to challenge the scoped rifle and lose. Okay. Well, that was easy. So we're getting a little bit of story progress here. It is becoming the case that we almost sort of know a thing about Sonata, and I'm very excited about that. Yep, thanks, I'm doing the thing. I suppose we could just send Gun Trinity home and end the episode. That seems fine. Alright, we're making progress, kind of. We're kind of making progress. I'll tell you what we're doing. We are shooting a lot of people. I'm not actually sure what vat forms are made out of, but presumably, like, there's biological material there, right? They have to get it all from somewhere. Where is it all coming from? That's worrying. Anyway, that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time when, you know, at this point, we at least know some categories of things that we could know about what's going on. And maybe next time, we'll actually learn one of the things in those categories. And we'll see you then.